Question 801. What is the main objective of performing a vulnerability assessment? A. To take advantage of security flaws in the network. B. To discover and rank security weaknesses in systems and networks. C. To remove the requirement for security policies. D. To enforce data encryption protocols. Correct answer. B. To discover and rank security weaknesses in systems and networks. Performing a vulnerability assessment is the process of identifying, analyzing, and prioritizing security weaknesses in systems, networks, and applications. It involves automated scanning tools and manual evaluation to detect vulnerabilities such as misconfigurations, outdated software, and weak security controls. Question 802. Which network topology links each node in a circular fashion, where each node is connected to precisely two other nodes? A. Bus topology. B. Star topology. C. Ring topology. D. Mesh topology. Correct answer, C. Ring topology. Ring topology is a network design where nodes are connected in a circular pattern, with each node linked to exactly two other nodes. This configuration allows data to travel in a loop, ensuring sequential transmission between connected nodes in the network. Question 803. Which of the following is not a feature of the dark web? A. Requires specialized software to access its content. B. Makes up a significant portion of the deep web. C. Indexed by standard search engines. D. Often linked to illegal activities. Correct answer? C. Indexed by standard search engines. The dark web is a subset of the deep web that can only be accessed using specialized software, such as Tor. Unlike the surface web, it is not indexed by standard search engines and is often linked to illicit activities. Question 804. Nicole wants to ensure that the operating system of an IoT device cannot be altered by third parties after it is sold. What solution should she implement to prevent this from happening? A. Verify the MD5 sum for new firmware versions. B. Require firmware to be signed and encrypted. C. Apply patches regularly. D. Set a default password. Correct answer. B. Require firmware to be signed and encrypted. Signed and encrypted firmware guarantees that only firmware approved by the manufacturer can be installed on the device. The signature confirms its authenticity, while encryption prevents unauthorized alterations. This safeguards the device from tampering and unauthorized updates. Question 805. What type of technology provides control over the usage of a mobile device within a designated area? A. Geofencing. B. Quarantine network. C. RADIUS. D. GPS tagging. Correct answer, A. Geofencing. Geofencing utilizes GPS, RFID, or other location-based technologies to establish virtual boundaries around a designated area. It enables administrators to implement policies, limit device capabilities, or initiate specific actions such as notifications when a device enters or exits the predefined zone. Question 806. Jordan needs a cryptographic algorithm with low latency. Which type of crypto system is most likely to meet this performance requirement? A. Asymmetric encryption. B. Electronic one-time pad. C. Hashing. D. Symmetric encryption. Correct answer. D. Symmetric encryption. Symmetric encryption is a cryptographic algorithm that uses the same key for both encryption and decryption. This method is typically faster and more efficient than asymmetric encryption because it involves simpler mathematical operations, making it ideal for scenarios where low latency and high performance are essential. Question 807. How frequently should a business continuity plan be reviewed or updated? A. Never. Once the BCP is written, there is no need for review. B. Only when new information arises that could change the BCP. C. At regular intervals, with more reviews if new data justifies it. D. Since the BCP is a continuous process, it is always under review and subject to updates. Correct answer. C. At regular intervals, with more reviews if new data justifies it. Business continuity plan should be reviewed and updated regularly to ensure its effectiveness and relevance. This includes scheduled reviews at regular intervals, as well as additional reviews when new information, changes in the business environment, or emerging risks necessitate updates to the plan. Question 808. When a company outsources a specialized technical task because its employees lack the required skills, this is an example of A. Risk deterrence. B. Risk avoidance. C. Risk acceptance. D. Risk transference. Correct answer? D. Risk transference. Risk transference is the process of shifting a risk to a third party, such as outsourcing a specialized technical task when employees lack the required skills. This ensures that the responsibility for managing the risk is transferred to an external provider with the necessary expertise, reducing the company's exposure to potential failures. Question 809. Which of the following is an example of a strategy for mitigating risk? A. Implementation of security controls. B. System shutdown. C. Outsourcing. C. IT personnel. D. Cybersecurity insurance. Correct answer. A. Implementation of security controls. Implementation of security controls is a risk mitigation strategy that reduces the likelihood or impact of security threats by applying protective measures such as firewalls, encryption, and access controls. This ensures that vulnerabilities are minimized, enhancing the overall security posture of an organization. Question 810. Oliver is developing a web application that will interact with a service provider. What open standard should he design the application to use in order to work with many modern third-party identity providers? A. Kerberos. B. LDApp. C. NTLM. D. SAML. Correct answer. SAML. SAML, Security Assertion Markup Language, is an open standard that is commonly used for exchanging authentication and authorization data between parties, particularly between an identity provider and a service provider. It is widely adopted for single sign-on solutions, allowing users to authenticate with one identity provider and access multiple services. Question 811. Which type of virtualization focuses on isolating applications so they can run independently without affecting the underlying operating system? A. Application virtualization. B. Network virtualization. C. Server virtualization. D. Desktop virtualization. Correct answer. A. Application, virtualization. Application. Virtualization is a technology that isolates applications from the underlying operating system, allowing them to run independently without modifying system files. It enables applications to be deployed and managed centrally, while ensuring compatibility across different environments by creating a virtual layer between the application and the OS. Question 812. Which of the following is an example of an internal security vulnerability? A. Application virtualization. B. Unpatched software on a web server. C. Weak password policy for user accounts. D. Lack of physical access controls. Correct answer: A. Application virtualization. Weak password policy for user accounts is an internal security vulnerability that occurs when users are allowed to create simple or easily guessable passwords. It increases the risk of credential-based attacks by making it easier for attackers to gain unauthorized access to systems. Question 813. Which authentication method allows users to access multiple services or applications with a single login, minimizing the need for repeated sign-ins? A. Multi-factor authentication. B. Biometric authentication. C. Single sign-on authentication. D. OAuth authentication. Correct answer: C. Single sign-on authentication. Single sign-on authentication is a method that allows users to access multiple services or applications with a single login by using a centralized identity provider. It enhances security by reducing the number of credentials users need to manage and minimizes password fatigue, improving the overall user experience. Question 814. Which virtualization technology focuses on abstracting physical storage resources and creating a unified storage pool for easier management and enhanced data protection? A. Application virtualization. B. Network virtualization. C. Server virtualization. D. Storage virtualization. Correct answer: D. Storage virtualization. Storage virtualization is a technology that abstracts physical storage resources, creating a unified pool of storage for easier management and enhanced data protection. It allows multiple physical storage devices to be combined into a single logical unit, simplifying tasks such as data backup, recovery, and scaling. Question 815. Which device is typically used to implement security policies, manage traffic between network segments, and monitor and filter network traffic according to set rules? A. Switch. B. Router. C. Firewall. D. Bridge. Correct answer: C. Firewall. Firewall is a network security device that is used to monitor and control incoming and outgoing network traffic based on predetermined security rules. It functions by filtering traffic between different network segments, often between a private internal network and the public Internet, to prevent unauthorized access and mitigate security threats. Question 815. Which of the following best describes a client/server protocol that enables remote servers to authenticate users by communicating with a central server to another server or service? A. Kerberos. B. LDAP. C. Radius. D. XTACAX. Correct answer: C. Radius. Radius, Remote Authentication Dial-In User Service, is a client/server protocol that enables remote servers to authenticate users by communicating with a central server. It is commonly used for managing access to network services and allows a central server to authenticate users, authorize access, and record accounting information. Question 817. Maya is concerned about the security of her NTP time synchronization service because she knows that protocols like TLS and BGP can encounter problems if fraudulent NTP messages cause time discrepancies between systems. What tool could she use to quickly secure NTP traffic between Linux systems? A. TLS VPN. B. IPsec VPN. C. RDP. D. SSH tunneling. Correct answer: B. IPsec VPN. IPsec, Internet Protocol Security VPN, is a tool used to secure NTP traffic between Linux systems by encrypting communication channels. This ensures that NTP messages are protected against interception or tampering, preventing fraudulent messages from causing time discrepancies that could disrupt protocols like TLS and BGP. Question 818. What type of formal document describes the specifications for a specific technology? A. RFQ. B. RFC, C. RFI, D. RFP. Correct answer: B. RFC. RFC, Request for Comments, is a formal document that describes the specifications, standards, and protocols for a specific technology. It is often used in the context of Internet standards, where technical experts submit suggestions and ideas that are reviewed and discussed before becoming formalized protocols or standards. Question 819. Ethan, a security administrator, is trying to prevent unauthorized access to the corporate wireless network by people loitering around the office. What wireless network threat is he trying to mitigate? A. Man in the middle. B. War driving. C. Dictionary attack. D. DNS spoofing. Correct answer: B. War driving. War driving is a method used by attackers to locate and exploit unsecured or weakly protected wireless networks by driving around with a device that scans for Wi-Fi signals. This technique allows attackers to gain unauthorized access to corporate or personal networks, potentially leading to data breaches. Question 820. Lena wants to prevent corporate mobile devices from being used outside the company's buildings and campus. Which mobile device management feature should she use? A. Geofencing. B. IP filtering. C. Network restrictions. D. Patch management. Correct answer: A. Geofencing. Geofencing is a mobile device management feature that creates virtual boundaries around a specific geographic area, allowing organizations to restrict device usage based on location. It ensures that corporate mobile devices can only be used within the company's buildings and campus by enforcing policies that disable certain functions or lock devices when they leave the designated area.
Thank you for watching. If you found this helpful for you, don't forget to like, drop a comment, and subscribe for more practice questions and tips.